0 to 100k in 1 year. Let's do this. I just want to get this out of the way right now, that the 100k was revenue and not profit, because I see a lot of videos where the titles are very, very misleading, and I just don't want you guys to think that I'm trying to mislead you or be deceitful in any sort of way. So just to be 100% transparent, that was revenue and not profit. I began the company right at the end of 2015, like the very, very end. So I usually just say the beginning of 2016. And this company was called Bracelegs, and it is an accessory company. So pins, patches, pennants, we even did shirts and hats, and we pretty much did it all. We expanded out, and it was super duper cool. There are a lot of things that I would do differently now had I known everything that I know now and that I'm still learning. But hey, that's just learning, right? It's not failing, it's learning. The very, very first month of business, I'd say it was probably less than a month. I was actually on an e-commerce website called Big Cartel, and if you ever use Big Cartel, you probably don't use it anymore. So I quickly switched to Shopify, and honestly, immediately I saw results. Just because Shopify is so amazing, it has so many great apps, plugins. It's compatible with literally anything for the most part. Anything you can pretty much dream up, it can link up with Shopify, because Shopify, they're just next level. You guys know that. So the first month of business, it actually went pretty well, considering I had no idea what I was doing in terms of building a store, branding, making it look good, but still did pretty well. And I was really, really excited, and that encouraged me to keep moving forward and forward and forward and just keep pressing on. And I'm just so glad that I did. I actually did bring a PayPal statement. Just all the transactions. I'm actually going to take a picture of this and flash it up on the screen. I know you guys can't read that, but just wanted to show it to you guys. What I really want you guys to take away from this video is that starting your first business, your very, very first serious business that takes off, it is probably going to be the biggest learning experience that you can ever have in your entire life as an entrepreneur. But I do want to talk about what I learned, because what I learned was so, so valuable. Almost all of these skills are transferable into other areas of business, self-services. You can just do anything with these skills. I learned about the importance of branding. Branding is super important. I know I don't even have to tell you guys that, but just from my own experience, branding was really what took my store from here to here. It spiked it. Okay, so I'm about to show you guys something that we sold and that had branding on it, because when I first started my store, I didn't have very good packaging, or hardly packaging at all. I didn't have any branding on the items that I was selling. This is an item that we sold right here. This is a pin. These are pretty much impossible to focus on because they're so, so shiny. But here's the back of it. As you can see, there's a little back stamp with the logo on it, the logo of my business, obviously. So someone buys it and they're like, oh, Bracelegs, cool. You know, and it just adds that extra level of just customer experience. Great packaging, outstanding quality item. I made mine a little bit thicker than most pins are, just because, you know, I wanted to have that good hand feel, that quality. Branding is just so cool because it can just lead you into so many different areas. You can apply that to any sort of job that you want to, and just be able to transfer those into either a desk job, just work on graphics for people. It really doesn't matter. It's just so cool how running your own business can just build up these insane skills that you didn't even know were so viable and usable in the real world. I thought that I knew a lot about marketing when I was first starting off, but I couldn't have been more wrong. And now I know that with anything, once I think I know a lot about it, that's when I know nothing about it. And I just need to keep learning and learning and learning and never stop. I actually did all of my marketing through Instagram influencers, actually. What's really actually even more crazy is most of the revenue that I generated from influencers came from just 2 influencers. It was just absolutely insane. I used those influencers for the better part of a year. It was just absolutely ridiculous. I was just not expecting it to go that well, and I built a good relationship with them, and, you know, just have the posts lined up every week. Boom, just sales flowing in. It was so cool. Also learned about Chinese manufacturing, which is an absolute headache for your first few runs if you've never dealt with anything like that. Overseas people, they're just not great at speaking English because, well, they're Chinese. It kind of makes sense, right? My first few attempts at making pins and patches, they were either crappy quality, the artwork wasn't right, and I really it was a steep learning curve, to be honest with you guys. So if you're gonna do it, just plan to lose a little bit of money in the beginning, you know, just go into it with the right mindset. But learning how to do that was absolutely so cool. Because if I want to get something made in the future, a product or just something for another company, help someone out, I know how to do that. And that's just amazing to me. I also learned about customer service. Customer service is super duper important. It's emailing and just phone calls and everything. You have to be very, very nice to your customers, because if you lose one customer, that could be potentially hundreds of dollars, because if you mail someone something and they don't get it and they're upset, they're probably never going to buy from you again. I know I wouldn't. So I just always had to treat my customers absolutely amazing. I know you guys already do that with your stores. Just how to talk to people over email and on the phone and make sure that people feel safe and secure ordering from you. So that's just a really cool skill. And again, you can just apply that in so many areas. I mean, I guess you could be a secretary if you wanted. The possibilities are just endless with these skills that you can develop. I also learned a lot about the United States Postal Service because I mailed all of these items out of my own house. And there were some months when I had close to 1,000 orders, actually, now that I think about it. And it was absolutely nuts at times. And at the time, I was actually still working at a grocery store. So I'd go work for 8 hours and then come home and then work for another 8 to 10 hours. It was obviously a grind, but you know, it paid off because I was able to quit that job and just do all of my entrepreneur stuff full time, which is the dream, right? The next two things that I learned are arguably the two most transferable skills and the things that I learned from running my own business. And those two things are photography and design. With a lot of these designs that I did, they were done by me and one of my business partners. We kind of collaborated on them. I learned a lot about Photoshop and Illustrator. And as far as photography, I learned how to use Lightroom. And I still use all three of those programs on a daily basis to make my thumbnails. And it's such a cool skill, because when I started doing YouTube, I was like, I already know how to make things look way better than if I would have just started and not known how to use any of these programs. I know some people use Canva. I really like to use the Adobe programs. It's just such a great investment. It's only $30 a month to rent them, and you can write it off on your taxes. It's something you should really, really look into if you have a store that's performing well, because it can just take it to the next level, and you learn so many cool skills that you can just use in real life. If you need to have a design made, you can even design it yourself. The last thing that I learned about that I thought was very, very cool, that I wasn't even planning on doing or learning because I hadn't even thought about it when I started the business, that was distribution. And in July of when I started my business, so about 7 months in, I got a call from this guy. I answered the phone. I was like, okay, like, who is this? I really thought about it. I really talked to different people within that distribution company. And it turns out that it was a very, very legitimate company. I'm still in contact with them today. And the coolest thing that came out of that, it's just so insane what you can do on the internet. But the coolest thing that came out of it was I actually got to have a product in Urban Outfitters. It was just so cool, because from the very beginning when I started the company, my goal, after a few months in, I was thinking, okay, this would be perfect for Urban Outfitters. And Urban Outfitters, they were buying a ton of pins at the time, and they still are, because pins, they're still doing pretty well. And I got an order for 1,200 pins from Urban Outfitters, and I was just so excited. I'm going to flash a picture up on the screen so you guys know I'm not just blowing smoke right here. But yeah, it was so exciting. But yeah, it was just so cool to have something happen that I just set out to do. And the only reason that I was able to accomplish it was because I knew that I could, and I took steps necessary to do that, and I progressed on a regular basis. It was just the coolest experience ever. I packaged all of them by hand and mailed them out to my distribution center. And it was so cool because I have some friends out of state, and they'd be like, oh, dude, I found your pin at Urban Outfitters. And I was like, dude, life is just wild. To finish off this video, I just want to talk about two things that I would have done differently had I known some of the things that I know today. The first thing would be Facebook ads, because I did not use Facebook ads at all. And if I just would have installed my Pixel and just ran retargeting ads and just created lookalike audience, man, it just could have been so crazy had I done it from the very, very, very beginning. And I also really didn't study or know how to scale a business. Luckily, that didn't really screw me over, because I had people that were willing to help me and just point me in the right direction, make sure I didn't completely just blow things to the ground. Thankfully, people are awesome. That's why I want to help so many people, because so many people have helped me. I just want to be able to give back to people, and I want people to give back to each other and just spread some knowledge and some love and just help each other out. The website, if you go to the website right now, it's actually on lock right now because I'm negotiating a couple of things with my distributors, and once that's done, I will let you guys know what happens with it. But rest assured, it's not bad. It's good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I've been so excited to make this video. There's a lot that I wanted to talk about, and I might have said some things not as well as I wanted to, but that's okay. I'm getting better at talking on camera. You know, that's just how it is. We're progressing every day. We're never failing. We're always learning. I hope that you guys have a very, very good day. If you guys got any sort of value out of this video, make sure to give it a like. Make sure to subscribe, because we're just building something very beautiful here, and I don't want anyone to miss out because it's just going to be so cool. It's already so cool. We have people commenting and liking the videos and messaging me on Instagram. If you guys need something, go ahead and message me, because I'm more than willing to help out in any sort of way. And it's just so fun to be able to watch people grow as we grow together. Man, I just get so excited. But anyway, I really hope you guys have a great day. I'm coming back at you tomorrow with another video. It's going to be really good. All right, I'm signing off.